Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we are taking a cheeky look at 5 coins that we think you must own in your portfolio. So Chris, this is 5 must-own coins, at least our opinion on this, because it's really hard to take a look at 8,795 cryptocurrencies and try to whittle that down. We are obviously quite heavily invested in 26 different projects, and it's even hard for us to kind of whittle that 26 down. But within there, we are very confident on at least 10 or so of them. And from that 10, we've whittled that down to 5 that we feel, is absolutely a fundamental, solid foundation to our portfolios. And we're kind of going to go through each of those with you guys and give you a bit of an insight as to what they are, what they're about, and even the current pricing at the point of recording this video. So Chris, anything you'd like to add at this point, or should we get into it?
Yeah, just a couple of things. Obviously, we're not financial advisors, so this is just purely our opinion. Go do your research on all the projects. We say this, don't listen to any influencer, and make decisions based on what an influencer is saying. You must do your own research. So this is not financial advice. And with that said, these are our 5 must-own cryptocurrencies for your portfolio, or our portfolio, should we say. Let me know in the comments below, what are your 5 must-own coins? Really interesting topic, and would love to see what you believe are the 5 must-own cryptocurrencies. And obviously, we've left off Bitcoin, we've left off Ethereum. The trains for those 2 projects have left the station. So these are like your everyday average Joe kind of projects that we're looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you find this useful, informative, hit the like button. We both appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, do consider subscribing. By subscribing, you're going to be kept up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, with all that said and done, Chris, let's jump on over and take a look at the very first project. So the very first coin that we think you absolutely might want to be considering having within your portfolio, and is an absolute must for us, is the ADA coin. This is the ADA and Cardano project. Now, we like this project so much, we actually did a whole channel dedicated to Cardano content. And you can check that out. You can find it by visiting Cheeky Crypto YouTube channel itself, and actually going ahead and looking for the featured channels and finding the Cheeky Cardano channel. And we set that channel up not only because we love everything to do with the Cardano project, but it's just an absolutely massive powerhouse of technology. And for those who do not know about Cardano, it's basically been founded and set up by a former co-founder of Ethereum. And he basically, Charles Hoskinson, took a step back, looked at the landscape and said there's got to be a better way at doing things. And Ethereum has had lots of problems that most people will be aware of, in terms of gas fees being really high, unable to scale, and amongst other kind of bug issues and bad coding and all that kind of stuff. Charles Hoskinson's taken a step back, did a lot of research on cryptocurrencies, blockchains, got peer-reviewed papers sorted, and started developing, right? But it's taken about 5 years. It's taken quite a long time to get to where they are today, but they are making some serious ground now, and what they've built is absolutely phenomenal. And I don't say that lightly by any stretch of the imagination. Normally you can find problems with certain projects. There's pros and there's cons, right? And when it comes to Cardano, there's a lot more pros than there are cons, at least in our opinion. So the ADA token absolutely had to make it to this list. It's a phenomenal project, and it's well undervalued currently. Obviously, do check out the Cheeky Cardano channel, where we cover this particular project in a lot more detail. But at the point of actually recording this video, Chris, ADA is currently trading at $1.11. It did have an all-time high of a $1.48, I believe, most recently, and we've had a healthy correction just after that. Now, this particular project does have a high circulating supply, not as high as some other projects like XRP or XLM, such as XRP or Stellar Lumens, that is. This has a 31.9 billion circulating at the moment and has a maximum supply of 45 billion as it stands. Now, the market cap here is $35.3 billion, but obviously market cap is just a sheer very basic calculation of the circulating supply multiplied by the current price, not the amount of money that was actually spent on the ADA token. To just mop up that little bit of misconception. But ultimately, the ADA token is absolutely fantastic. It is the native token to the Cardano blockchain, and the Cardano blockchain is aiming to deliver smart contract functionality amongst other things. And ultimately, it is a competitor to Ethereum. And obviously, with Charles Hoskinson being a co-founder of Ethereum, he knows a lot about the Ethereum blockchain and has set Cardano up to be a serious competitor, or as they usually dub it, Chris, an ETH killer. Now, with that being said, Cardano is also going to be running a couple of side chains. One of those is the Ethereum virtual machine, and they've also created a few other things that allow projects to leave Ethereum and join Cardano as easy as clicking a button. So the ERC20 converter allows you to take coins and tokens from the Ethereum network and transfer them straight over to the Cardano network. As well as running an Ethereum virtual machine and taking advantage of the speed, scalability, and low-cost transaction fees of the Cardano network without actually having to adapt your code. Above and beyond that, they're also running a 𝗕𝗪 sidechain, which will allow for multiple different development languages that are outside the scope of Ethereum. So there's a much wider scope for different kind of developers to be able to actually start writing code for the Cardano blockchain, which you just do not simply have for the Ethereum blockchain. So the thing, with Cardano is it's definitely got some serious, potential in it. And we are going to start seeing, Chris, some of that smart contract functionality roll out in 2021. So this particular project had absolutely had to be on our list, Chris, because it is an absolute powerhouse. Anything you want to add to Cardano, or should we jump over to the second project?
Just lots of developments happening in the background, lots of news to come on Cardano. And don't forget, if you're a holder of the ADA token, you can delegate to the cheek pool using the ticker cheek with all the ordinary or regular ADA wallets.
Absolutely. If you like a passive income, you can do that with Cardano too. So yeah, do check out the Cheeky Cardano channel and you'll learn more about it. Let's, Chris, take a look at the second project, which is Chainlink. Now, this may take a few people by surprise, right? But Chainlink absolutely had to be on this list because of its use case. Chris, do you want to kind of talk through a little bit of Chainlink?
Yeah, so obviously, it evolves around oracles, and they're pretty much the first to market for this, really. And for me, they're integrated massively with pretty much everybody. I think it's really important. They're so integrated. I can't see them sort of being dethroned yet. There are some other projects circling, but I think it's far too early for them to really take a hold. Obviously, you've got the likes of Band. What's the other one? API3. And there's one or two others. Forgive me for not mentioning them, but for me, Chainlink is a solid project. We are starting to hear murmurs of people perhaps not happy that it's the price discovery isn't sort of going along the route that they would like. However, we heard that with VeChain, and you look what's happened recently with VeChain. I expect the same thing to happen for Chainlink. I think it's one of those. For me, it's one of the ones that we have to have in our portfolio just because it's oracles. And Nick, do you want to explain what oracles are?
Yeah, so there's a problem with blockchain technology, and it's not that once the data that you've added to the blockchain, that's not the problem. The problem comes when you want to add external data to the blockchain in a trustless and permissionless way. So ultimately, an oracle allows you to gather that data from the real world, from potentially a centralized location, and add it to a decentralized blockchain in a trustless and permissionless way, right? And Chainlink does exactly this. It's able to verify the real world data or the centralized data from the real world and then add it into a blockchain. And it does this very, very well. But it obviously has a different kind of costing model than something like API3. But nonetheless, oracles are absolutely crucial when we start thinking about the DeFi space. For example, how do you get those price feeds and how do you pull them into the blockchain when you need to be able to do it in a trustless way? And that's where Chainlink comes in. So you'll find that Chainlink is actually heavily integrated with a lot of different kind of crypto projects and blockchains out in the space. And it's all about getting that real world data on chain. And that's what Chainlink is all about. And it's absolutely fundamental why it had to be here, because without Chainlink, a lot of these DeFi projects just wouldn't have that data in a trustless way, at least not yet. I mean, there are obviously some other projects, as Chris was alluding to there, with Band and with API 3 and to a few others as well. But ultimately, Chainlink is the leader in this space at the moment. So crucial that it had to be forming a part of this particular set of 5 coins that we feel are crucial to a portfolio. And then, Chris, this then takes us over to the next project, right, which is VeChain. Now, VeChain is a very interesting project, and I'm going to let you talk a little bit about it because it is your biggest position, Chris.
Yeah, so VeChain, that they've got immense partnerships. We do talk about these regularly on the channel because it is my biggest investment in the portfolio. It's number one, and those partnerships are huge. Walmart China, BMW, Renault. They're worldwide with that as well. They're doing stuff that supports the recycling of plastics and logging where they originated from and authenticating them and all of this sort of stuff. Food and beverage tracking, again, prevention of fraud. The use case is just immense, and they're really able to onboard partnerships really, really fast. And we saw that with Walmart China. Something that was supposed to take months took a matter of weeks. They've got a really good hardware that supports that. For me, it's one of the most undervalued tokens in the space. And I say that, and it's had a pump, and I still think that it's really undervalued. So yeah, great team, great partnerships, great use case. For me, it doesn't get much better than VeChain.
No, absolutely. This is the kind of project where you can rest easy. It's so heavily integrated into lots of different enterprises around the globe that it's just not going anywhere. And above and beyond that, it's even the only 5-star rated blockchain service provider in the world. There's no other blockchain service provider that has that 5-star rating. VeChain is the only one. And at 6.8 cent as a point of recording this video, Chris, this is an absolute steal. So beyond obviously the fantastic use cases that this particular project brings to the real world across the globe in the US, Germany, France, China, in a whole host of different other locations as well, the potential in VeChain is just absolutely astonishing. So it absolutely had to be a part of this 5-coin roll-up, Chris, because it's an amazing project.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, let's take a look at the next one, Chris. And this is the 4th project. And in this particular case, we actually pulled up Elrond. And Elrond is here for numerous different reasons. And the one that really comes to mind for me, Chris, is the fact that this is a low cap coin. And what I mean by that is it has a maximum supply of 31 million. And then we think about other coins that have a similar circulating supply or a similar maximum supply. We think of Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin has that maximum supply of 21 million. And Elrond is not all that much further ahead. This has a maximum supply of 31, of which 10 million are specifically designed to be distributed to their validators. So actually, the purchasing power is only really for 21 million, and eventually the 31 will eventually be out there. So it's good to see that there's a bit of a model here that is there designed to reward the validators for confirming transactions on this proof of stake blockchain. And above that, it's got a low capacity, right? And it is incredibly low cap as well. So what I mean by this is the market cap is only $2.4 billion. When we start thinking about where Bitcoin is at 1 trillion, this thing has a lot of potential to the upside without a lot of money actually flowing in. So if we think about how many coins there actually are in circulating supply today, 17.1 million, that's actually less than Bitcoin's circulating supply. So this thing is incredibly interesting, and I think this thing has a lot of potential during 2021, and therefore it had to absolutely be a part of our 5-coin roll up today. And the technology here is also absolutely fantastic, and it is definitely well worth doing some research on. So we've actually done a video of what is Elrond, and would we invest, and all that kind of stuff. 5 reasons to potentially get involved with this. Do check out that video on the channel. It is well worth a watch. And also do your more research above and beyond that. We often say do not listen to any specific influencer or anything like that. You do your own research and come to your own conclusions. For us, this was absolutely a no-brainer because it has a lot of these similarity or concepts and tokenomics that is represented in some other coins that are of much higher value today. So Elrond basically seems like a sensible choice for us within this 5-coin roll-up. Now, Chris, anything you'd like to add to Elrond, or should we jump over to the 5th project?
Well, on Elrond, I kind of refer to it as a bit of a cheeky, joke, really. That it's Bitcoin on steroids, and the reason why I say this is, like you mentioned, Nick, the tech. It's Bitcoin with a use case and tech to back it up. I really do like Elrond, and it just had to be in the top 5.
It really did. So let's take a look at the, what is in that 5th spot, right? What is coin number 5? And that is Harmony. So Harmony 1 makes it to this 5th spot, Chris, for some really obvious reasons. But do you want to talk a little bit about it?
Well, for me, really taken by the Harmony 1 community. And I think community, although we haven't really sort of referred to the communities for the other projects that are also fantastic as well. For this one, I just kind of feel like they're so welcoming. And if you're new to crypto, that is exactly what we need in this space. So the community is a big part of it. The team is fantastic. Again, we talk about leadership. I think they've got a really good leader there in the team. And the tech, Nick, the tech, it's there. Really do like this project, and I think we've been talking about it since day dot. When we started the channel, been invested in it for a very, very long time. I think it was less than half a cent when we were starting to talk about Harmony 1. We haven't sort of given it as much airtime over the past few months as we would have liked. Just sort of waiting for people to sort of catch up with our way of thinking, and I think we're kind of there now. We're kind of talking about it regularly now. The views are good. I think, it's just one of those projects that you just know that it's going to do well. I don't know. What would you say? What's your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's quite simple, right? Harmony provides a high throughput with low latency and low fee consensus platform. And, it's designed to basically power a decentralized economy, which is, envisioned in the future. They plan to address many of the issues that you see with other blockchains. We often refer to Ethereum when it just kind of sums up quite a few of those in terms of, scalability, speed, and, fees. Right, and the technical focus of the project, Chris, is all about resharding. So something that many people may not be familiar with, but basically in order to scale effectively, you basically create shards of a blockchain so you can run things and transactions in parallel. And this is exactly what this particular project does. It reshards, and with and secure staking and decentralized randomness is where they're aiming to go. So Harmony is a very interesting project, not only just because it aims to solve some of those scalability issues, the speed issues and the low costs and all that kind of stuff, but it helps many businesses to build marketplaces for fungible tokens such as loyalty points and energy credits, but also those NFT assets as well, such as in-game assets. And Harmony does also use, Chris, zero knowledge proofs to enable data sharing with consumer privacy. And above that, as you said before, Chris, the technology stack here is really interesting. In order to achieve the goals of scalability with Harmony, they built an entire technology stack from the ground up with a focus on optimization. And they have built a number of important innovations into their consensus protocol, internal systems, and networking engineering. So there's lots going on here. And obviously, I can go on and on and on about it, but I do recommend everyone kind of gets in, digs deep, checks out all of these particular projects, the white papers, do some more research above and beyond what we said here on this video. But ultimately, these 5 projects we feel are crucial as a crucial kind of like foundation to a portfolio, and they have formed the foundation of our portfolios. So Chris, is there anything else you'd like to leave with the guys before we sign this video off?
No, I'm just really bullish on these 5 projects. Obviously, we're invested in all 5 of these, as well as various other projects. But, these ones are, they're kind of the backbone, I guess, of the portfolio. But yeah, I mean, we talk about several projects, and we've got some other blinders that people probably aren't too aware of. So, if you want to see what we're invested in, do check out our website, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏.io. And we've got a page there that lists all of our investments.
Absolutely. So if you found this video useful, informative, hit the like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By doing so, you will be kept up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And with all this said and done, we hope everyone has a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Take care.